Hello, so welcome back to yet another video uh, on a particular application which I'll be discussing with you. This app I found it to be useful for taking classes or lectures. The app's name is OpenBoard, which is similar to our whiteboard kind of application where you can teach online or teach through Zoom applications or any other video conferencing or video meeting apps where you can use this white portion as a whiteboard where you can draw, you can explain things, you can create images, explain what the things through visuals. You can bring in visual elements, and even you can explain things from the internet also. Or you can do Google search, or you can type in the internet address, and this thing can be shared. Okay. So the interesting element that I found with this app is that you can incorporate your PowerPoint or other presentations into this page window where you can create new pages and put your PowerPoints onto it and explain to the students through this uh, presentation. I'll show it. So before that, I'll tell you where you can get this application from. So go to Google and you can type in OpenBoard. This is an open source software, so you can use it and it is free. So the thing is, like, you have to go to the website, then you have to select your operating system. Based on the operating system, they have, like, for Mac OS they have an application, for Windows they have this software, and for Ubuntu or Linux users they have that version of their software as well. So I have already downloaded the version that suits my operating system. So once you download it, you can actually it will open up something like this. Okay, this is as I said, our page where you when you take class, you can actually share the screen or share this particular open board. So when you are on a Zoom meeting or any other application where you are taking class online, so what you have to do is, like, when you are taking the class, share the screen, you will see that open board is here. So what you have to do is, like, you have to click this and click share. Now this screen will be shown to all the students or whoever is online. So what they can see is, like, whatever you write or whatever like equations or the things that you draw will be, like, visible to them. So it gives the audience an interactive part where they can feel that their teacher is interacting with them through these images or visual things that you uh, usually do it in a normal classroom. So you can mark the things and you can actually explain to them in detail. And normally, in like a normal blackboard, you can use the eraser or duster kind of tool to erase the screen, and you can write the things again. Even you can use this text option to write in text, like and you can keep it on your screen. So this is an interesting tool which will help you to like explain things in a much easier manner than the normal class. When you come to presentation thing, where normally what we as teachers do is we present it from PowerPoint, where we share the screen and give the students that PowerPoint presentation. So what they will see is like they'll be able to uh, see the visuals on the PowerPoint, and they can either copy it down, or it's like up to them. So what I am doing is like I'll copy this PowerPoint text from here. You have to press Ctrl C. Then here we have this pages menu. So what I'm doing is like I'll paste it, Ctrl V. So you can select and keep it to the side. So it will be here. So when you are presenting, you can create the or you can use this pen tool to like highlight a particular thing that you want your student to uh, find out. Have they learn visually as and when you are dictating. So it helps you to make the classroom interactive. And there are other tools like this one is laser tool, where you can point at things that you want your students to look at or read in particular. So this can make sure that you are creating an interactive mode. So similarly, you can again put more pages by clicking this pages menu, and you can actually put in all the slides that you have on your PowerPoint, and make sure that this whole process of taking class becomes interactive. To make sure that you select this particular selection tool and then paste. Presentation on PPT with slides. So you can directly do that slides, or you can directly create these slides onto this particular application, which is known as OpenBoard, and you can save these files, or it automatically gets saved onto this particular folder where it is named as documents. So I have created, or I have made I have done classes using this thing, where I created almost like 8, then in another presentation I created almost like 30 slides, where I used okay, I even used pictures, and it was interesting to interesting thing, like you get the real feel of a blackboard kind of teaching, which is limited in the case of our online. But here in this case, you can actually design the class by including all the text and images, and then you can go for taking the class, where there will be a combination of both slides as well as your inputs, where you will be marking, or you will be creating your own drawings, or your own like as you use this blackboard, you can use this slide. So it's like writing or using both slides as well as blackboard, which is an added advantage which the normal classroom cannot give. Same way, you can use web browsers, where uh, you can explain the students directly from the web through this particular application. So it's like uh, an integrated smart board, or smart blackboard or whiteboard, where you can bring in the online elements. We have an interface where you can select this is the stylus option where you can select your pointer options, which you can hide by clicking the stylus like two times. When you click once, it will come, and when you click, it will go. So you can keep the stylus if you want. Then we have the color options where you can select the color of your pen that you want to use. So whatever color you want. Then the thickness is here, like the line thickness. If you want very narrow line, it will be, you can reduce this thickness. Then this is the eraser where you can like directly erase things which are not necessary. Right, this is not necessary. It doesn't erase the text that you have. Then you can bring in grid lines onto your presentation or onto your page to use the when if you are writing, this would be helpful as there will be a line for you to write. So it's like writing on a board. So there are 2-3 varieties, and you can actually change this white color board into black also if you want. So black will give an interesting feel where it will make it more like contrasting, and if you use white colors on black, it will be like easy to uh, learn, and it is easy to understand the concepts. So you can create whichever color you want. So this is an image that I put from Word. So you can actually create pages with different backgrounds. It's not like you have to you put it on first page and the whole thing will be like white or black, but you can actually make it interesting. If you want any of the particular pages, or if you want the student to focus on the particular page, or if you find that a particular page has an important element to be understood, you can make that pages on black, like white on black, which will be like more like focused kind of teaching that you do. So it is like a platform which is like which will help you to understand the things better. So one more element is like we have discussed this board, then web, then documents, then this is the show desktop. So here what happens is, if you are explaining something from your desktop or something from your laptop, then you can choose this option and you can actually open the folders, open a video file and all. If you are supposed to show something of that kind. So to go back, you have to come here and click the board. So it will come back to board. Then you can even change the size. You can cut and paste things. You have a tutorial here which will explain the elements. Okay, so then you have this podcast where you can actually record the whole class, and you can actually upload or you can send it to students. That is, if you are not able to do it in a live session, then you can record the whole class, and on by using this podcast, if you click podcast, there will be one record option which will pop up here. When you start record option, then it will pick up you have to give the microphone settings, and you have to press record button to start recording the what is your presentation. So then if you want to erase all the things that you have written on a particular page, you can click this erase button, which will erase everything, like including the text. Okay. So I hope you have understood about this particular application, which will be interesting if you are if you are planning to make the class interesting. You can actually try to incorporate all the elements that you use in PowerPoint into this particular open board, which will help you to deliver the classes, and which will help you to gain interaction uh, or gain attention from the student. Okay. To exit from this application, you have to press quit. Okay, then thank you. We'll come with another application or another device in the next video. Thank you for watching.